Hey guys, Colano here with my drifting tutorial part 2. Today we're going to go over some switchbacks, some switching drift directions, and that's mostly going to be in figure eights. Now, a little update on the car, my car here, or some clarifications from last video. I'm running a 50-50 setup. That means my back and front wheels spin the same amount. A more advanced type of drifting is called countersteer, where the rear wheels actually spin faster than the front ones, and you can have different ratios of how fast they spin. And the faster the back spin compared to the fronts, the harder it's going to be, and the more important your tune-up is going to be. So 50-50 is pretty much, or what I'm set up as, 50-50 here. It's pretty much the easy way to learn how to drift. With 50-50, you don't really need to do any steering mods. You don't have to have like crazy steering angles. Like this is enough. On most countersteer kits, people do mods to get like 50-degree turning angles from straight, which is pretty crazy. Also, you might notice that I have a little bit of toe in. That makes it more eager to turn into corners and to give me oversteer, which I want. Well, I think that's what it does. I'm running a Traxxas XL5 speed control, does the job. And I switched from my heatsink to a Castle fan. So I turn this on, and just a little fan goes on. And keeps my motor cool, because this new battery that I will be giving a review of for you guys very, very soon, Onyx 500 milliwatt hour battery, gives me like about 37 minutes of runtime, which is pretty nice. Also, you might notice, hey, there's no lines going up and down the video. That is because I have a legit lighting setup. These fluorescent lights up there cause lines to go up and down because of the frame rate of the video. So I'm not gonna have that this time. So I will begin the video segment now. So I got all my stuff here set up. As you can see, I have two pieces of duct tape set up, one right here and one there, right at the end of the transmitter thing. Anyways, so I'm gonna do some figure eights. I'll show you some clean figure eights first, and then we'll break down each part of the figure eight, each corner, and switch back, so you guys can start drifting cleanly and learn how to switch your drifts. So first we have the corner, which is the beginning and the end point of any good figure eight. So first we'll do the beginning here. Okay, so we're not going to worry about the starting of this drift, but what you need to know about these cars, there's a lot of weight in the back. So you want to load up the rear end to do the switchback later. So near the end here, right here, you do a little bit too much of an oversteer to swing out the back end. See, if we were to continue this, you would have hit the obstacle, but you do the switchback and it switches the momentum to go the other way. Well, after your first turn, you're going to have your switch in your drift, where you change from one direction to the other to complete the figure eight and enter turn 2. Now let's break that down. Now the switchback relies a lot on what you did on turn 1. So there's a reason why you load up the rear end here to one side. You use that momentum to swing the rear end the other way. So see how it swung out this way? I let go of the gas, I turn the opposite way, let it start turning the other way. Then I gun on the gas, pushes it further even more, the other side, and I successfully switched my drift. And then finally you enter turn number 2. Here is a breakdown of turn number 2. So you've made it. You made through turn 1, you've got the switchback, and now you're in turn 2. What you want to do is keep on controlling your drift, focus on that. This is a really important turn because it sets you up for turn 1, make sure you slow down, make sure you get into a good spot to go into turn 1, to load up your rear end once again, and to switch that momentum here and do the switchback once again. Now that you've figured out all those basics for the fundamentals of figuring out what exactly you need to do to get around that figure 8, it's time to do some exercises. Now this first one here starts out with, first you do donut around 1, then you switch around. This lets you figure out throttle control, to slow down to get into that. And it gives you a while to figure out how you're going to set up for the switchback. Now, if you don't feel comfortable, you just keep on going around until you get one you like. And you switch around that momentum and go around more. I just tapped that. That's not good. And with this, I like to practice trying to go as wide as I can. Or you can do as tight as you can, but I like doing wide because I found I've been drifting by myself so long that I was going way too tight around the corners for my buddy to drift behind me. And we're going to come out with an edit soon for some drift battles. That is a whole different story. I gave him my TTO one, and yeah, that'll be fun. So yeah, I got a little sidetracked there. But that's the basis around that thing. You want to go the other way around it, because it's exactly the same turns, but the big thing about RC is perspective. And seeing a corner from another side is completely different, because when the car is coming back towards you, of course, everything's backwards. So make sure you do everything backwards as well. And yeah, I normally start with like 10 minutes of this when I'm just in the basement practicing, or like doing a battery review, which I will review this battery soon. I need to learn how to talk and drift at the same time. This is hard. New thing for me. But yeah, once you mastered that, you can just go into straight figure 8s. When you get figure 8s, straight figure 8s, that is a little bit harder, is you don't have that extra donut to set up for the switchback, and it's a lot more precise. And then again, you have to do it backwards as well. And yeah, it took me quite a while to master these. It's not too easy for when you right out just start. But what I've heard is once you mastered the figure 8, you can switch to countersteer. Now I don't have a countersteer chassis right now, but eventually I will switch to one. And yeah, we'll do some videos of that. That's the end of this video. That is the end of this episode. Comment and subscribe and like if you like it and want to see more of this stuff. If you don't, then don't ever watch this again. Yeah, that's it. See you guys next time with more variations on the figure 8 to hone your skills at drifting.